checking in. This quick vid is for everyone who has asked the question, how long do I have to revise for per day in order to do well in my exams? This question is the number one thing I see and the number one telltale sign that you, if you are asking this question, are not in the right mindset to achieve top exam results. The reason why is this. If you're equating a certain amount of time to a particular result, it's not going to work. The reason for that is that exams are about coverage of the syllabus. It's not about how long you study for. It's about getting the stuff covered that you need to know within the time you have allotted. And however many times you have to drive that, into your brain, really hammer it home, that's X amount of time. It could be anything. It's the time it takes for you to cover the syllabus in detail, be able to recall it, by heart, know it, understand it, know how it all fits together, and know how to answer the questions that are on the exam paper in relation to the syllabus and the mark scheme. That's really, really important that you understand that. It's not about time. The other thing is, we all know this, every day we don't feel on top form. It goes up and down. Our mood fluctuates. Sometimes we feel like we can crush it and the momentum's up. We could do 12 hours if we wanted to. If you got momentum, you keep it and you double down on it. That's the key thing. Sometimes we're not feeling up to it and, we're getting distracted on our smartphones, looking out the window, distracted, daydreaming, might just have family commitments or other stuff on. In that case, what you got to do is you got to say, right, how much could I get done today if I pushed myself and really got myself to knuckle down? And if I am, not up to it, is there anything I can do to try and make myself gain that momentum? Could I go out for a jog and then hit the desk for 10 minutes, see if I can build some momentum that way? Could I, look at a motivational video and say, look, come on, I can do this. I can do better than what I'm doing. Let's sit down for 5 minutes and try and smash out, a topic or two. That's how you get it going. Get the ball rolling. Once the ball's rolling, keep it rolling. The final thing I want to say about that is, when I was at school, there would be a lot of people who, would come into conversations and say, hey, I've done 8 hours a day for 8 weeks. And they would think that, I don't know what their intention was there. I perceived that as like, are you trying to prove a point about how much you've done and therefore how good the results you're going to get are going to be. And, thinking about that intention to try and prove yourself to your peers is completely the wrong approach for exams. You're not trying to prove yourself to anyone. You're trying to prove yourself to yourself. That's the only person you're competing against. If it takes you longer to understand information, cool. Doesn't matter. You just crack on and get it done. It's you against you. If you got to revise X amount of hours to cover this amount of the syllabus, fine. That's you. That's your situation. Don't compare. Don't get into a contest where it's you against other people because, one, it's just not about that, and two, it's vanity metrics. It doesn't, it's fluff. It's talk. It's not action. It's a perceived kind of it's a thought process that really exists to say, if I do this, the exams owe me this. They don't owe you anything. If you cover the syllabus over and over and over again, focus on the content, not the time you study, and you really understand it, and you can recall it, and you understand the exam, how it's put together, you understand the mark scheme, you've trained over and over again, you've done the reps, you've done the sets, you haven't just, I'll use a gym analogy here, the people who are looking for how much time they've done a day, they're the people who go to the gym every day for 2 hours and sit there on the bench, do nothing, and then they come out and like, why aren't I getting big? Why aren't I getting, fitter, stronger, healthier? Then there's the person who goes in for 20 minutes, absolutely busts it, lifts everything, no breaks, smashes it, listen to music, no texting, no talking, no nothing. 20 minutes, bosh, done. They're going to smash it because it's action orientated. It's not about the talk. It's about what you're actually doing day after day after day. Trying to beat the moods that you get into, whether it's a low one, you pick yourself up and you try and make yourself do some work and find a positive place to go. If you're in a good mood and you got momentum, you double down on that. You make that day pay and you squeeze all the juice out of it in terms of the revision exam success that you can get. Anyway, I'm checking out. You got to learn this. If you've asked this question, this video is going to be one of the most important videos you watch before you do your exams. Take note.